So don't come up on here trying to jump. Oh, you being ignorant because other men. Yeah, we know other men can have stuff, but who is giving y'all stuff the most? Wake the F up and smell the coffee, baby. Look at these damn statistics. The CDC, 1 in 2 black men who sleep with men. 50%, 1 in 2, 50% will get HIV. But the highest amounts, Mississippi, Louisiana, Florida, Houston, Texas, South Carolina. The Bible Belt, where they act and pretend to be so religious and they're scared to death to come out the closet. So baby, look at it. Trans women 66 times more likely to have HIV. Now, hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Baby, let's talk about something. There's a trend right now on TikTok called exposing my DL. We know that DL means on the down low. Men who sleep with men who go both ways, and sometimes they just straight up like men, but they date women for cover. You're the beard. Okay, this is a term from the black community. On the down low. Okay, they sleep with men and they date and marry women. Okay, use women for food and shelter, public image. Don't want their family or friends to know. And some of them are very scandalous. A lot of black women have caught HIV behind these types of men. In very high numbers, okay? And now the men who are openly LGBTQ, they deal with men who are on the down low, who date women. So they are exposing them, showing their photos and videos of who these men are who haven't come out of the closet but date and deal with women. But guess who's kind of upset about this? Baby, is black women. Some black women, not all, but a lot of them, and some men who probably don't want to be outed themselves are saying y'all are playing a dangerous game and oh, y'all should, you're supposed to keep this on the down low. Some black women saying this. Oh, this is dangerous. My message to the black woman is, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm trying to calm down on this video. Why should I, as a woman, why would I get upset that men who are sleeping with men but are dating us women are getting outed? Why the hell would a black woman be upset when y'all the ones getting HIV from these mother effers? They don't like you. They're not your friend. These men on the down low, these men who are bi, who won't come out of the closet. No, I'm going to share some statistics with you that might shock the hell out of you if you didn't know. Let me make it very clear. These openly LGBTQ, whatever, openly gay men who are they're saving your life. Wake up. They are on a mission, the ones who are exposing it, to save you. Why on earth are you trying to protect a group of men who laugh about giving you HIV and STD? They do. There was a Facebook group, remember, where a woman found thousands of men on the down low, mainly black, laughing about ruining your wombs and doing things to you and sleeping with men and hooking up on these groups and stuff, and then coming back to you. He coming home after being up in some man's booty hole that's funky, calling it gravy. They call it gravy, the mixture of their semen and the donkey. Then coming home to you and you getting on your knees and you going down up on him, and he now been up in another man's rump. Okay? Going up in your womb. If the man's feces got in his hole in his snake, and then coming up and you trying to have a baby maybe, and these men are coming home to you and he's doing things to you and doing coming up in you, while there's some backed up feces in his pee-pee hole and all this other stuff. A lot of these men do not care about you, black woman. They know the statistics and they know where a large percent of it's coming from. A lot of it, yes, heterosexuals can get it, but a large amount of it is coming from the men who dibble and dabble in both, and the huge amount of the men who sleep with men who have it. Okay. Yes, you can get it from injections. Yes, you can get it from a blood transfusion. Yes, you can. You don't have to sleep around a lot. The facts are the damn facts, though, and I'm going to show you some statistics to back up what I'm saying. So I'm not one that's going to get upset. How could you expose these down low men? You're playing a dangerous game. This isn't right. It's not right that black women make up the majority of women who are catching this crap behind the men dibbling, dabbling in both. Going over to the men who have this in large numbers. That's not right. Last time I checked, they don't give a damn about you, men in those communities. They don't care that behind sleeping with them and then their men, they like the men who seem like manly men. They have said they don't want flamboyant men. They want a masculine man, men who, your man. That's who a number of them want. That's what they're attracted to. Or bragging about turning out, or so they think, a man who claims to be straight, having wife and kids and stuff. I remember Walter Lee Hampton said he had a whole book full of pictures of good-looking men who died of it. And a number, he said, was messing with women. He says he knows men who are LGBTQ, and he's seen them around town walking with their wives, and he also has known men that know they have it and didn't say a damn thing to the wife. So they're not your friend. So I don't give a damn about them being exposed. One less black woman, or any woman, period, that has to keep being dating these men. Now, you can't always tell, but doggone it. So let's jump into it. I said what I had to say. Okay, so this is one guy. He's open about dealing with men. Okay, so this is the trend on TikTok. They're saying exposing my DLs. There he go. That's the DL he dates girls, but he's really into men. Now, normally I wouldn't show these things, but this is on TikTok. These are public videos. It's already up. Okay. Maybe they might. I mean, look. So that's the guy he says is straight. But let me show you a black woman who doesn't like this trend of these men who secretly sleep with men while dealing with you. Even though a good portion of them also deal with white girls too. That's something that we're going to talk, well, you'll see it in this video. So let's see what she had to say, pissed that they're being exposed.
I'm going to tell you this right here, and I'm going to say this shit one time and one time only. I'm telling you this from an old school bitch. That posting your DL challenge is going to leave y'all ass stinking in a trash can some motherfucking well. That's the whole point of being DL, is to be on the down fucking low. But that posting that shit challenge and outing people that's not trying to be outed, and half these niggas look like they not even fucking gay, and y'all posting that shit, I'm telling you, somebody gonna fuck around and be hurt. Y'all need to go back to old school rules where motherfuckers wasn't talking about shit. Motherfuckers had goddamn some type of confidentiality. You know what I'm saying? If a bitch fucking with a nigga that's gay on the down low, let that hoe find out on her own. Like the rest of these bitches finding out on their own. But you gay niggas that want to be gay and want to be open about it and goddamn posting motherfuckers that don't want to be open about it, it's going to get your ass. Y'all better tell y'all families that better have some motherfucking life insurance. Y'all better tell y'all people to go ahead on and start getting fish fries and shit together and get the white doves together to be released. Because y'all bitches is going down.
Look at how she talks about women. This woman is trash anyway. But seriously, oh, don't say anything. It needs to be confidential. Why the F do you care? Black women are the ones with the highest HIV rates behind these mother effers. What the hell is wrong with you? Why do you care? And you're the number one in the whole damn country getting it behind these dudes. Why do you care about them protecting it? Let her find out on her own. I guess when she go to the clinic or she get pregnant and go to the OBGYN and they find out, oh, honey, you have HIV. But I'm with my man. What do you mean? Let her find out on her own. Most of the time you don't find out, fool. I can't stand this woman. It needs to be protected. Who does this? And they're the number one group of women affected from these DL dudes. Make it make sense. Okay, some of them know this. I thank them for their bravery and their service to help also protect us from them who have ruined and wombs and stuff. Getting it, you know what, from them. So I thank them. I thank them for exposing. I understand if a man is not dating women, but he hasn't come out. Yes, I understand how that can traumatize them, everyone finding out that they're actually into men. I understand that. I'm not slow on that, okay? But these DL dudes are not women's friends. I no, you are sleeping with women and men, endangering women. The stats speak for themselves, and I have a problem with them. So if a woman's life is going to be saved, a wife, a girlfriend, from being in danger from these DLs, it's great to see. I'm actually shocked they haven't been taken off the earth by a lot of women yet, behind the things that we hear happening to women with these DL men. So, okay, she's about, don't y'all need to get prepared if something happened to you. They know that they're men. It's not my business if they want to expose them. Those are men. They should know how to fight, even if they are LGBTQ, and they know the risk. Why, again, I'm not about to protect DL men. Are you serious? And they're the ones that have ruined so many black women's life. Okay, so let me show you some more that was on TikTok. Okay, this guy, he says, I'm posting the DL men. He says, what are they about? What are they about to do to me? I mean, they can try to fight you and do something. So that's one. He's on the down low. Another one on the down low. Now, this guy just looks, oh my God, these men look terrible. And to think black girls are actually dating this today. Horrible. Yeah. Some of them I can see it. And others, not all so much. Okay, let's see. This man, he looks a little bit Cambodian or something. So this is another one on the down low. Another one on the down low. Look at him. This man that's a good looking built white man. Probably more than likely they're all dating women, but in the bussies of these men, ruining women's health and life risk. Okay. But you have a lot of girls. First of all, why would a girl date a man whose head looks like that? Do you see that hair? I don't call what you call me. If I'm a date a dude with locks. Okay, so right now, I am going to share some statistics with you. And after that, I'm going to play some video clips from this man. This man is openly into men, dating men, but he used to be on the down low. And he is sharing gems with women about DL men, the signs. He's also talking about celebrity men that he believes are on the DL. I will already tell you Chris Brown was on that list, and a lot of women are upset about it. I'm going to tell you something, though. Years ago, before Chris Brown really got really big, I had heard allegedly that he was sleeping with a writer who was a man. I also noticed that Chris Brown had a heavy lisp, and a lot of men who are into men have a lisp. I had said that in one of my videos about DL men, a lot of them, and Chris Brown had a real thick lisp. It's not bad anymore. I don't know what he did to get that fixed. And I'm not saying that he is. I'm not saying that it's true that he was sleeping with a writer, but my thing is, why wouldn't I think that's not possible? You know how many of them are? Do you know? Like I said, they have blurred the lines with a lot of things, a lot of styles that a lot of gay men used to wear. Men who claim to be straight are now wearing those styles. So you can't always tell anyway, but sometimes you can. My thing is, it's so heavy in everyday life and in the entertainment business. Like, what would make we don't know Chris Brown or any of these men. Some of them we kind of feel they probably date men. Sometimes you can see it a little bit and sometimes you can't. But at the end of the day, I mean, we don't know for sure. This man dealt with a lot of men on the down low, so he's sharing how he can spot it, and he knows. And a lot of them on the list, I already could see it and thought that about some of them. So I'm going to be quiet. I will play that near after I show these statistics. So let's get into it right now. Okay, so I had to share this for the black women especially, who are so upset and think it's so wrong that men who are sleeping with men while sleeping with you are being outed, okay? Now, these are the statistics from 2018 and now. It says that these are the stats, all right? On the left, it shows black women make up 58% of the HIV cases in America. And Then it's Latina with 17. No, actually, it's white women with 21%. Then it's Latina women with 17%. And then there's 4% with other women. On the right is the population. So Black women are 13% of the population, but on the left are 58% of the cases. White women are 64% of the population, but only 21% of them have it. Latina women are 16% of the population, but 17% of the cases. That doesn't mean all the Latinas have it. But when they do test 17% in comparison to Black women with 58%, white women with 21%, okay? And a matter of fact, now that you've seen this, I'm going to show you more. Baby, what this means is that Black women are getting HIV, namely from Black men, because Black men have it the most. And they also sleep with men secretly in very high numbers. They are dabbling in the community of men who sleep with men, who have it in large numbers. Baby, I'm going to show you something. And then they're coming back to Black women. You can miss me with that DJ Pope bullshit that y'all love to come up on my page doing. Every time a white man does something, all of a sudden, see. Okay, and I don't even know if DJ Pope was real, but what I do know is that DJ Pope still doesn't compare to the amount of Black men that give Black women the shit. It doesn't change that, okay? If it's true with DJ Pope is disgusting and horrible to me, my thing is stop trying to hide behind him, mother effer. Y'all the main ones giving Black women the shit, Black men. So with these type of stats, I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Fucking effing a Black man is dangerous, okay? Effing a Black man is dangerous. Is it natural? Yes. Do some of them have some nice ones and can put it down? Yes. Some of them look good and you want to sleep with them? Yes. Some of you fall in love and going to sleep with them? Yes. Pretty natural. My thing is based off these stats, sleeping with a Black man is risky as hell. Yes, it's risky, period, having smecks. And yes, there are still men who are not Black who have stuff. My thing is when you look at the statistics and what you're dealing with, so don't come up on here trying to jump. Oh, you being ignorant because other men. Yeah, we know other men can have stuff, but who is giving y'all stuff the most? Wake the F up and smell the coffee, baby. Look at these damn statistics. This is crazy. Okay? So yeah, I don't care about no damn DLs being exposed. That's effing y'all. Look at this. The CDC, 1 in 2 Black men who sleep with men. 50%, 1 in 2, 50% will get HIV. That's what they're saying. Half of them that dabble with men are going to have it. 1 in 2. Do you know how effing crazy and off the charts this is? 50%. And you know what? And a guy who is dating a Black man, dating another man, he doesn't have to sleep around. He might just try it one damn time. So if you are even a Black guy who is bi or just straight up into men, and you are not that experienced, what it means is that even you, when you start dealing with other men who are Black, who deal with men, you have a 50% chance. And it only takes one time that you are going to get it. This is crazy. And with stats like this, a Black woman might think, well, what does this have to do with me? I mean, I'm not gay. Yeah, but a lot of the Black men are, baby. And 50% of them in the community he's going over to have it, which puts you in an extreme high risk dealing with them. Look at this damn thing. Look at this. This is 2020. 411,000 and some more people, ages 55 and older, living with it. This represents 39% of the people with it in the U.S. But look at these. Look at the colors. The darkest red is where it's real bad. Real bad, the darkest parts. You got California, which has a huge amount of LGBTQ. Texas, Houston, Texas is off the charts right now. Florida, the Carolinas, New York, Okay. A little bit of the other places too, but the darkest red parts, okay? It says that Black Americans represent 13% of the population, but 42% of the HIV. This was in 2016, and 44%, almost half of the new diagnosis in 2017. Now I want you to look at this. Trans men who try to become women, they are 66, the black ones, especially in Hispanic, they are 66% more likely to have HIV, is what they're saying. 66 times more likely to catch it because they're still men taking it up the anus. And a lot of black women are getting it because y'all letting men go up your butts too. All those nerve endings, and you usually bleed when he's ripping your private parts apart, your booty and stuff, and the fluids and all of that. And it says trans men, though, are only 7 times more likely to get it. Women who dress like men because they have a vagina. They have a vagina. They're eating coochie. They're not catching it like the men who are sleeping with the men. Okay? And they're dealing with men who also sleep with men. Even if you dress like a woman, these are dudes who are dabbling with men. And if you didn't get the surgery, he's going up their anus. So, baby, look at it. Trans women, 66 times more likely to have HIV. Now, they usually say a lot of black and Hispanic, okay? Then it says this, all right? This says that racial and ethnic disparities exist. This was with transgender again, men who live lives as women. This is the transgenders, the men. It says 42% of them have HIV. Okay, 62% were black, 35% Hispanic, 17% white. Again, the black women who are sleeping with men, heterosexual, have the most from the men dabbling with the men who are trans, trying to live like women, who are also dealing with men who only sleep with men. Do y'all not see what it's all coming down to? 62%. The black men who live like women and dress like women, 42%, almost half out of them have it. 62% actually is shown on this chart. And you might think, well, what does that have to do with me? You know how many black men that y'all are dating are also effing men? Because some of these trans men do look like women, some of them. And they're sleeping with them too and then coming home to you. All right. Hold on. This is showing the regions that have the highest amount in 2022. It says nearly half, 49%, were in the South. The South is 49%, the West Coast 23%, the Midwest 14%, and the Northeast 14%. The highest amount is in the South. I'm going to say something that's going to hurt feelings. Why is it always where black people are the most that HIV is the highest? Everyone says it, but no one thinks, damn, what the hell is wrong with us? Why is it that wherever we live in high numbers, we have this shit the most? What the F is wrong? What's going on with black people? Let's say the quiet part out loud. Now, does everyone get tested? No. And STDs do not discriminate. But when it comes to HIV, you know, the places, the Bible Belt, high concentrations. Yes, there are white people in these places too, but the highest amounts, Mississippi, Louisiana, Florida, Houston, Texas, South Carolina. The Bible Belt, where they act and pretend to be so religious and they're scared to death to come out the closet because it's extremely Christian that they F each other on the down low and spreading it to so many black women all over the place. But you have to wonder, you know, we don't like the stereotype of being hypersexual. We know that other people are effing. But what is it? It's not a conspiracy. I don't believe the government is targeting black people. Our culture promotes it a lot. My thing is, what's going on here? What is going on? A lot of them, well, we see the stats. A lot of the black men, most black people are in the South, and a lot of the black men are in the closet. And they have the highest amounts in the whole country of this stuff because the highest amount who have it, both the men and the women, are black, and the trans are black with it, 40-something% to 60-something%. Do you see how this is all connecting? Who's the common denominator in the problem? Black men. And yes, black women also take accountability because we have SMECs too. But who's the one murking us through this? The black man. Because most men don't catch it from women on average. The women we do because, well, we have an open private area, the fluids and stuff, and y'all who are giving up your bunkie to them. So you can get mad about it all you want. I'm dealing with stats and logic and the truth. Yes, some women have done that to men. It's not extremely common. And you have a lot of wives who have gotten it from their husbands, lying that they took a trip and slept with a prostitute on the road when really he was up in some man's pussy. So this is not a game. No, the DL man is not the black woman's friend. You're bi men, you're closeted bi men. And no, we can't always tell. So, all right. But on a global scale, around the whole globe, this is the stats, actually, baby. The highest amount of HIV around the world is actually in Asia, in the Pacific. It says 5.8 million. This is in Asia. Behind Asia is, let's see, hold on. Okay, behind Asia is Western and Central Africa. And then behind that is Eastern and Southern Africa. And then next is the United States. And then next is Latin America. And then there's Eastern Europe and Central Asia. This is in order. And then there's the Caribbean. And lastly is the Middle East. Okay, so highest Asia, second Africa. Hold on. Okay, yeah, second is Africa. And then there is the United States, Latin America, Europe, the Caribbean. And then lastly is the Middle East. Okay, so again, baby. National data in 2017, 50% of black men, half of black men ages 25 to 34 are likely to get HIV, and black women, because y'all refuse to stop effing all of them, go F somebody else. Not saying that you're always 100% safe. 4 times likely more than any woman to catch it. But yet y'all got the nerve to talk about some of us dating other groups of men. Girl, please. And again, I'm not saying that we're all perfect people. No one, you can sleep with one person. No one's perfect. Okay? And I'm not saying that every damn black man is dealing with a man, but when you see these type of statistics, what it means is your ass is in danger. You're in a pool where almost half your men are into men. Even Walter Lee Hampton said this. It says half of the black men who sleep with men, they're saying gay really is you're not in danger from gay men. Hold on, let me explain it. You're in danger from men who sleep with men and women, because you wouldn't be getting it if he wasn't sleeping with both of y'all. The bi man is your problem. The gay black men, 50% of them have it. So when your bi black man decides to leave you and go dibble in that community while still effing you, then he catches it and comes back to you and goes back and forth. The gay men are not dealing with women who are straight up. They only deal with men. So your danger is the bi man. So all these black women running around calling us phobics and I don't give a damn what you call it, baby. If you want to be a fool and you want to openly put yourself at risk, like, okay, he can do that. You go ahead and do it with these type of stats. It's different if I don't know when something happens versus me saying I don't have a problem dating black men who deal with both. And if you want to, you can go ahead, fool. But you see these type of stats and y'all want to keep pretending like y'all living in effing la la land. That's what I see on TikTok. Black women is like, y'all don't read, you don't know. You don't know. It says, despite preventative treatments. Why? They said because they're not getting on PrEP. Walter Lee Hampton said back in the 80s when it came out, they didn't give an F that it was out and they kept effing raw. He said in 2024, 23, they still don't give a damn. They don't even give a damn about the gay men they sleep with. I have seen so many stories of them saying that the men intentionally did this to them. And it breaks my heart actually hearing when gay innocent men who just wanted love, their partners gave it to them on purpose. I don't think they deserve that just because they sleep with men. That's not fair. But that's what happened to them. They don't even care about men in their community. What the hell makes you think they give a damn about you? They don't. They are dangerous. Again, it shows these are the top 10 states that have the HIV the most in 2022. Florida, number 1. Number 2 is Georgia. Number 3 is Texas. Number 4 is New York. Number 5 was North Carolina. Number 6 was California. Number 7 is Illinois. Number 8 is Louisiana. Number 9 is Maryland. And number 10 was Virginia. My goodness gracious. And don't you always find it pretty amazing that black people are always trying to tell black women to move to these states with these high-ass numbers? What are y'all trying to murk us? You trying to put us in danger? What the hell is wrong with you? Okay? Some of them, like Georgia and stuff. Now I see them saying, go to Texas, go to Houston. You mean where it had a 200% syphilis increase just a few months ago? I think they're intentionally trying to get us put off the planet, telling us go move to some of these places. Don't get me wrong, you could and still live good. You just have to be extra careful out there. But now they're coming up with these medicines. Personally, there are people who think they have the cure, but only the rich people have access to it. Baby, the FDA has approved a treatment that reduces your chances by 96%. But guess what? It's $14,000. And then they said, well, you can pay over $2,000 a month for this medicine. Nobody has money like that. But there is PrEP. PrEP, there are more black women promoting it because they know what's going on. They know, and they're trying to say, look, black women, y'all refuse to date out your race. Well, guess what? A lot of black men have it. You're at risk, and they're not coming out the closet. You probably won't see this in your entire lifetime. So you need to get on PrEP. But there are people saying that PrEP causes kidney issues. As most medicines always have horrible side effects, but this is what they have available to the public right now. So, I mean, black women, y'all can keep playing these in denial games y'all love to do, okay? It's just incredible to me. Now, every black man is not walking around sleeping with men or have it, but it's just the ignorance that shocks the crap out of me that some of you promote black women to be with men who go both ways, not knowing or not giving a damn about the risk. And the denial so many of you are in, and you have the nerve to turn your noses up. If we date other races of men, girl, you can keep that. Okay? And again, that doesn't mean there aren't men from other groups who are not on the down low. It is prevalent in countries where they're not allowed to date women. They have to be married at a certain age, and they turn to men because they don't have a wife. They can't touch a woman. So the down low is all over the world. Okay? But when it comes to the statistics in America, I just showed it to you. We're on commercials as black women because everybody knows. But all y'all do is some of y'all just say, just stay with a black man. Y'all have lost your effing minds. Now, some of you will have one in a good relationship, and I'm happy for you. I could end up with a black man possibly that I like and love. I don't trust any man, to be honest with you. I've dated interracially. So men who were good and some who weren't. We weren't compatible with personality, and some who were had buttholes. I don't trust any of them, no matter if they're black or not. I'm just telling you, baby, you're even more high risk if you're only dealing with a number of black men. I mean, a woman can only do so much, but personally, I would be any man I talk to, because a lot of men do cheat, whether they're black or not, and some of them don't, who are not black in cultures that respect marriage, but you're taking a risk, period. Even if you're not having smecks all over the place, you don't have to have a bunch of smecks for something like this to happen to you. It could be with one man you're just seeing, your husband type of thing, the priest. We've seen this happen. So you never know what can happen, but showing those statistics that I showed you to show you the real deal of the gamble and what can happen and who's being affected the most. So no, okay? No, I don't have a problem with men who are cheating on their girlfriends and wives with men in a community that has a 50% HIV rate, endangering women. No, I don't have an issue with them being put to the public about it. I can understand why that can be dangerous. I can understand how that could be hurtful to someone. But any black woman defending or protecting the DLs, you have lost your effing mind because they are not your friend. So now let's look at the videos. I have to get off this camera. Let's look at the videos of what this DL man was saying about the signs and who he thinks is DL.
This is a big one. Is he a hoe? If he has at least 3 kids with multiple women. Now, in my DL days, I've probably hooked up with just under 1,000 people. Never had an STD. Thank you, Jesus. We've all been hoes before, but there's a certain level of fucking that DL men do because you just can't scratch that itch. Which brings me to my next point. Strong feelings towards women. A lot of men hate women, which you already know that. Now I'm talking he hates his mom, his sisters. He competes with women. He's mean to women, but nice to men, because some people are just mean to everybody. There's a reason he doesn't have good relationships with women. Red flag. Now back to the friends. If he has a friend that doesn't like you or treats you weird, that's the one he's fucking. You the side piece. You're in the way of their relationship. You the cover, baby. Now this one's obvious. We all can recognize this. Macho men. If he says, yo, I ain't with that gay shit. Yeah, I'm cool with you, but keep the gay shit over there to one of your gay friends. He's one of your gay friends. You know what's actually funny? Straight married men are the gayest men I know. Most straight men spend most of their time with their girlfriends or their wives. They ain't no clocker. They be kikiing with their girl. They'll watch baddies with their girl and act like they wasn't even into the show. Ones that are afraid to look gay or be even remotely close to femininity is DL. This is a DL man. A lot of men that you find attractive also find a lot of men attractive. Now Cardi, I got a little Libra in my chart, so maybe I'm the drama on this one. I know you're bisexual, but so is your new man. He's either DL or bisexual at the least. Now, so far this week, I gave you guys 13 signs to spot a DL man. Your nigga's on the down low. We also talked about how dangerous it can be to date a DL man. We had ladies talking about how their DL man almost unalived them once they found out. We had ladies logged into their dudes' Grindr accounts, reporting live from the scene. Instead of just talking about the signs, I wanted to give you guys a list. Starting out with your favorite dancer/singer. Okay, so let's do this quickly. Stevie J. Y'all, you're not gonna like this next one. Aaron the plumber. This nigga, that nigga's too loud, always angry because he doesn't like women. Aubrey Graham. There's only one reason he wants this many women around him.
Is it to make up for the amount of bad bitches he keeps around him? You know what I'm saying?
Plus, yo, you ain't even got to get close to him. You can look through the pictures and see what's going on. Soulja Boy. Now, I told y'all a classic trait of DL men is to be very homophobic, very secretive. This one takes ladies with really good gaydar and other men with really good gaydar. Very covert. You would think he's straight. He's actually so straight, he's not straight. Now this one, I'm actually hoping this is the case. This one's my favorite football player for obvious reasons. He does have very DL tendencies. OBJ. Then we have Mr. Shoulders himself. Too many scandals, a lot going on. Dwight Howard. This one, he's on, what do they call it? The Temu Love Island. John from the Love Cabin. This one's always in women's business with Peter from Atlanta Housewives. Somebody else from Atlanta Housewives is also very DL.
And fine as hell.
Apollo. This man's been in and out of prison, very aggressive, is very petty with women, competitive with women, also very homophobic. There's too many red flags there. While we're in Atlanta, these are my confessions. Now, when Keke Palmer's mom put him on blast, I wasn't surprised, and neither were you, let's be honest. My ladies are gonna be pissed with this one, but Common, I could tell you where he's pretty common. I think he's a top. He might even be verse. Now this one, I hate to even say this. Please don't block me. Please don't block me. Please don't block me. But their entire family said that they've never had a gay person in their family. Marlon and Sean Wayans. Marlon gives me very bisexual energy. Sean, whoop-dee-doo, whoop-dee-doo. This one's very obvious. You can see this from the other side of the globe. Plaque Boy Max. Giselle, you and I both know that your ex-husband, what's going on with your baby dad. And while we're in the church...
Have you ever been swallowed up?
Swallowed. This one, his son was on the Bad Boys Club. He said his dad is very homophobic. We know why he's homophobic. I used to listen to this one with my boys. Too much of a womanizer. I saw how he did Sierra. Now remember guys, these are just men that are DL coded. So all of this is alleged. But the ones that have already slid in the DMs, we can't list those. A DL bottom is actually crazy. What do you mean your favorite position is missionary, toes up in the air, one toe in his mouth, and then you're gonna go back to your girlfriend / wife and kids after this? I might have to quote Janet Jackson on this one.
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh.
So you doing the bending?
Now, in my last video, I woke up to this many comments. And Jesus Devante Christ. From women saying that DL men smell like booty. When y'all said that most DL men smell like booty, you're actually wrong. Well, not always. Because in my experience, most of the DL men are tops. If you're new here, there's tops, there's bottoms, there's verse, there's sides, verse top, verse bottom. There's a whole bunch of shit you probably don't know about yet. Now, so far I made 2 videos on this. The first one, y'all went crazy in the comments. The second one, I told you how to spot a DL man. But in this video, I'm gonna warn you. When I first started dealing with men, my first experiences were with this dude on our college baseball team and then another dude on our college football team. The dude on the baseball team had a girlfriend. The football player was actually single, well, to my knowledge. But they both acted the exact same way. Most DL men are hypersexual. You're dealing with a dude that's overly freaked out. I'm not talking he wants to go at least 3 rounds. My minimum over here is 3 rounds back to back. Otherwise, why are we even doing this? I'm not talking about those. That's normal. Everybody likes to fuck. What I'm talking about, the ones that are overly freaked out. How many straight men have you seen wear a cock ring? If the only thing he can talk about is sex and for toe pics on the first day, you might want to check on that one. A DL man gets with another man, he's living out his fantasy. And most men will do anything to protect their fantasy. Now, as fun as those times were, I stopped fucking with DL men because they're abusive, they're usually narcissistic, and they don't give a fuck about you. And to protect that fantasy, it's either them or you. And it's not gonna be you, I promise. I knew a girl back in college who lost her life because her boyfriend's roommate was actually her boyfriend's boyfriend, and he got tired of the 2 of them together. So he took matters into his own hands. The real answer is there's no way to tell if somebody's DL, gay, or bisexual unless they tell you or you find out. But if you end up dealing with a DL man, I'm gonna say this now, get the fuck out of there. Your life may be in danger. There's a famous line in gay culture that says there's nothing worse than finding out your top is somebody else's bottom. But I beg to differ. If I was a woman, I couldn't imagine finding out that your man is actually somebody else's man.
And then turn around and let a man bend you over.
Finding out that my man was a bottom on the DL. I'm bisexual. I do like women. I do like men. But I'm making this video today to warn you guys that dealing with DL men, whether you're a gay man, a bisexual man, or a woman, you're all putting your life in danger because DL men usually don't give a fuck about you. They're usually narcissistic and they're usually dangerous. I told you on the last video, I knew someone personally who lost her life because her boyfriend had a boyfriend. And the boyfriend ended up getting jealous of her and took her out the game. I've also seen gay dudes get beat up by a triad because I was doing too much. In my second video, I told you my first experience ever with a dude was this guy on my college football team. I'm not saying names. Now, this was my first dude ever, and I wasn't trying to immediately be a hoe. I did end up being a hoe. So I would hit this dude up all the time, actually. I think I got him in trouble. But I remember calling him one night at like 12, or it was probably like 1 a.m. It was late, but I was just calling him to see if he was on that. And not even 2 seconds after the phone rings, he hangs up. So I called him again. I was like, okay, let me call you right back. Tell me why I got a text that said, yo, I'm with my girlfriend. Didn't I tell you not to call? I'll call you. You know I still fucked him after that, right? My dumb ass thought that shit was hot. We were hooking up in parking garages, in his truck. Remember one time we did it at my dorm, and I was in the small ass dorms where your roommate's bed is like feet away from yours. My roommate was in class and we didn't finish on time. And my roommate texted me, yo, I'm on the way home because we had a code. Tell me why I had to text him, yo, don't come back yet. I got somebody over. So I don't know how it worked out, but I ended up getting the dude out of my room before my roommate got back, but it did not smell good in that room. This is before I knew that you were supposed to douche or like prep before somebody came over. What do y'all be saying if he's DL, shit on him? Don't douche. Well, long story short, he ended up going back to his girlfriend. And like I told you, I've hooked up with a lot of people over the years. I've never had an STD, but hooking up with the wrong person, an STD or a baby isn't the most dangerous thing you gotta worry about. Now, I'm saying all of this to say that there's not one sign to tell if somebody's DL, but if you have an inkling that somebody is, then 9 times out of 10, they probably are. Like one girl said in the comments, all men are gay until proven otherwise. I thought that was hilarious. But if you're dealing with somebody DL, get the fuck out of there because it can be dangerous. If they don't give a fuck about themselves, why would they give a single fuck about you? Quickly. I don't think Tory Lanez was just shooting women. I think over the years he's been shooting his shot at men as well. If you catch my drift. By the way, shout out Megan Thee Stallion.
Let's be clear.
You know how the saying goes, if the shoe fits, rock it.
Ruh-roh.
So far we've released part 1. Your nigga's on the down low. This is a DL man. And part 2. So if you're mad about Chris Brown, prepare to be upset about these two. Celebrities that may or may not be DL. Now I know I just released part 2. I think at the end of the video I said I may do a part 3. If you have a different opinion, then act like your draws and drop them down in the comments. Also, do we need a part 3? Well, y'all got lucky because I was about to lay down for my nap, but I over-recorded in the car. When I went to go edit the footage, the video was way too long. So I have a few extra names that I didn't include in part 1 or part 2. Roll the clip. Stilo Brim, think about it. This one's from back in the day. You don't really see him too often anymore, but Tay Diggs. I could go as far as saying anybody that dated a Kardashian is DL, but at the top of that list, I'm gonna put Tristan Thompson. Lucky day. So y'all was upset about Chris Brown. Well, what about his competition, Trey Songz? That man has hit more women than he has hits for music. Now this one, sometimes my alarms go off and then other times they don't. So I'm really not sure about this one, but I'm big on always trusting your gut feeling. So I would hate to say, you know what, I thought so. Aaron Pierre. I think he's bisexual. I also think Tiana Taylor is. Allegedly. Now, this is going to be my second time talking about my ex in the same damn video. But I've been in a throuple before. It was fun. But I think if everybody don't have their shit together, it's just more people adding to the problem. This name was dropped in the chat because how he's acted over the years, but Neo, who I believe is also in a throuple right now with only women. I don't think he only likes women. Oh, and do I need to even say Tyler Perry? Speaking of Tyler Perry, he did my boy so wrong with these braids. Shamar Moore. Let's have a moment of silence for the braids. Now, I think anybody that would lay down with Krishan Rock would lay down with anybody. Blueface, baby. Gervonta Davis. You know, you know. For this one, I even think the two of these guys were beefing at one point. They may even still be beefing. But 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather. I think those two and Nelly, all three shared women at one point. If you ask me, they might as well share each other. Remember, guys, there's more than one sign to being DL. Friendly reminder that this is just alleged. I do not know these people, but I do know the signs of what a DL man looks like. And so do you, which is why you're in the comments saying, you know what? I always thought that about Tay Diggs, Chris Brown, Will Smith, and will.i.am. DL men come in all shapes and sizes. I used to be one. Now I'm going to circuit parties, been doing threesomes since college, and last year I was in my first throuple. The tables, I guess, do turn. So if you're mad about Chris Brown, this is a DL man, then prepare to be upset about these two. Because the list of DL... Damn, they really don't want me to get this video out. But the list of DL celebs continues. Now, in the last video, y'all kept saying Chris Brown, Christopher Maurice Brown. The biggest red flags in DL men are violence towards women, while also keeping a rotation of certain women around you, being petty and in competition with women, and then most importantly, being sexy enough to make you forget all about it. Now, y'all should already know this one. See, red flags already going off. But the first one on my list is gonna be Nick Cannon. At this point, my boy is the ringleader of the DL. Homie's over there wild now. In my last video, we did go to church for a little bit.
Never been swallowed.
We're gonna go back.
Actually, wait.
I don't know if he sings gospel anymore. John Legend. Takes one John to know one. NLE Chopper. Prayers up and down that he don't get down like that. But come on, we know why you relied on the gay community for your last rollout. I came here for... I genuinely think that this man is bisexual at the least. Now, I have an ex with this name, so I usually don't even like to say the name. But Chris from Love Island. Really nice guy. I just don't think he's only into women. Also, thank God he didn't end up with a hood up. He's a DL psycho. JT. And not the one that likes gay men, but the other one. Y'all remember what he did to Janet Jackson? Justin Timberlake. Another big red flag for DL men is actually going out of your way to mistreat women. Since we're speaking of JT's, Lil Uzi Vert, I don't even think he's DL. I think that man is bisexual at this point. I promise I mean this from a good place because I do love the Love Island cast. I actually was supposed to work with a few of them, but I'm gonna list another one. Elon from Love Island. He's another Leo like me. There's certain qualities of a Leo that people automatically think you're gay, but that man, for me, this one, he slapped the shit wow out of somebody about his wife. I would go as far as saying that him and his entire family may or may not be bisexual. Will Smith
Boosie badass. Speaking of hooting and hollering in the comments, there's a reason he has the name ass in his name. He likes it real bad. Now for the next one, my uncle was actually on the same NFL team as this one. I really shouldn't say anything. He did try shooting his shot at one of my aunties, but I don't know, something in my gut went off on this one. This one is a little bisexual. Let's hop back into reality TV for just a hot second.
I got something to talk about, Charlamagne. I got something to talk about.
I would like to think he keeps him a little pretty bottom around, or two. And while we're on Love and Hip Hop, go ahead and add Prince to the chat. Prince has entered the chat. Remember guys, there's more than one sign to be in DL, and all of the names I just listed are alleged. I'm just going with my gut, which usually leads me in the right direction. But if you have a different opinion, then act like your draws and drop them down in the comments. Also, do we need a part 3?
Okay, everybody. So that is it for this video. I want to know, what do you think about the DL trend? Do you have a problem with it? The men being exposed publicly by these men? Do you think that is wrong? How do you feel about this whole video? Let us know in the comments section below. DL men will always be around on a global scale. Okay? It doesn't matter if you try to change laws. It doesn't matter how much you say is bad. It doesn't change that men are going to secretly do it behind your back, and they cannot be stopped. Now, if the community embraced men to come out more, do I think it would change? Not really, because you have a lot of men who use women. I had said before, men are not nice to each other all the time. They feel they're getting a good deal by getting a woman because you're cooking, you're cleaning, and they still want children, a number of them. They need a woman for that. So they're going to use your womb to make a baby that's half of him genetically, because they want to feel fatherhood, some of them, and use you for shelter and good cooked meals while going to visit his boyfriend every week type of thing. So this is a shame. This is a doggone shame, but this is the reality of where we're at here in America and what's affecting women. Okay, so I mean, like I said, I've heard stories, horror stories. I remember I told you there was a woman, a young woman. She said that a lot of times too, these guys will bring their boyfriends around and say that they're their friends. A woman was out with her boyfriend and his friend, and he was laughing. And eventually the friend told her the truth, is that he sleeps with men and he stores their semen under the sink and he puts it in her food. She actually got tested and other stuff he was doing, and she caught it behind him. Let me show you something else too real quick before I go. I remember this book. This man was on Oprah. He blew the lid off of everything, and I actually had his book. It's still available on Amazon, I think, and eBay. And he told about the pastors he was sleeping with, how he got caught, how his wife got her brothers and fathers. They were about to beat him up and everything. And he talked about signs that they have that we just can't even spot. But there was one story that stood out in this entire book. There was a young guy, black guy, good looking, and he started to do something in modeling or something. And the man who was mentoring him in the industry, basically he stayed with him. Okay. And from what I recall from the story, he says, like, he was friends with him, J.L. King, the guy on the book cover. He said that the young guy called him up because his anus was bleeding. So he came to get him, and he told him that he slept with him. And he admitted that he wanted to do it. And he took him to the hospital, okay, because his butt was bleeding. Here's the thing. He caught it. He caught HIV. And there was a virgin girl he had knew who liked him and who he kind of liked. He knew he had HIV and didn't tell her. She was a virgin, and he slept with her anyway. He slept with her anyway, knowing he had it, a young guy. And then he gave her HIV, a virgin, after he caught it from the man and felt like, oh, whatever reason. And then he went and effed the virgin girl still and gave it to her. Baby, if I could say what I want to say up on here and wish how she should have handled that. My point is that a lot of them are not your friend. Men in general don't really give a damn about you on average. You're just walking punani to a good portion of them and what they can get from you. Not saying some men might not love you and don't like you, but a lot of men operate that way. A lot of these down low men are not your friend, baby. These bi men are not your friend. And if they can't stop sleeping with women, what makes you think they're going to stop sleeping with men if they can't control themselves and they cheat a lot, which most of them do? And they want what they want when they want it. And a lot of them sleep with each other a lot. They're not your friend. DL men are not your friend. Bi men are not your friend on average. And a lot of the men in that community, the L, you know what? They're not your friend either, a good portion of them, because of what they see happening to you behind all this type of stuff. Fortunately, some of them are being a friend to you, some of them, by actually trying to tell you, give you the warning signs, and actually showing you the men who are endangering you. Okay? So I said what I said, and I want to know, what do you think about this? Okay? Like, I'll respect a man who's open about who he is, but a man who is married and dating women and then and endangering you like this. And I know a lot of you have stories of dating a DL or encountering one. I have more than once encountered them, more than once. It's not a game out here. Okay, and I know some signs, things that I can see and spot. All right, and I might do a video on that again. So that is it for today's video. I want you to let me know what you think in the comments, and I also want you to tell us your stories. Tell us your stories in the comment section of men you have met and dated who were on the down low, because you might help a woman. Tell us the signs that you saw. Tell us in the comment section the signs that you saw and how, well, it probably might have saved your life, or it just will help other women. Things maybe we never thought of, okay? So let us know. You all take care. How do you feel about DL men being publicly exposed? And why do you feel that way? Okay, so you all take care. Please get those likes up. Hit the bell for all notifications so you know when I'm live and when I'm uploading. You all take care. Bye.